16th, I put my paperwork in to run for the city of Amarillo, December of 2022. At that time, there was no candidate, I don't think, that had put their paperwork in to run for the city mayor for Amarillo, Texas. But I want you all to understand that I know what I'm about to face. From the time I filed my paper, December the 16th, I want the entire city of Amarillo to understand I know what I'm about to face and what I'm about to be against, for and against Tonya Winston. Okay, is politics. One of the questions that the news media asked me is, you're not a politician, so what made you want to take this position? I told him, you're right, I'm not a politician. But what I am, I'm a citizen of the city of Amarillo, Texas. In 1945, my grandfather and grandmother came and migrated to Amarillo, Texas in 1945 with hopes and dreams to have a great job with the smelter. My grandfather was hired. He was there for many years and actually retired. He raised 6 kids and he had grandchildren soon later. I am the 4th grandchild of my grandparents. They were the matriarchs of our family migrating to Amarillo, Texas. When my grandmother and grandfather came to Amarillo, Texas, it was just them and a great uncle of his. Soon later, my grandfather's brothers came, tried to migrate to Amarillo, but they all returned back home. And my grandmother's sisters came later, and they all resided in Amarillo, Texas, married and have grand families. So there's a lot of history with my history being raised and born in the city of Amarillo and how we came here, how my family came to Amarillo, Texas. My grandparents, Ruby and Henry Mitchell, are the matriarchs of how our family started their history here in Amarillo, Texas. Running for mayor is not a position that you can take lightly. You can't take it lightly. This is serious. This is nothing to play with. So I have prayed. I have analyzed within myself. I've done research. I've been on it. But I want the citizens and the people to know in our community that if you are okay with what's going on in the city of Amarillo, Texas, if you are cool and okay with what's been going on in the city of Amarillo, Texas, the business, the production of how Amarillo, Texas has been running, then you will continue to vote for the old. What I'm going to do together for the city of Amarillo, Texas, we are going to make a prolific U-turn to excellence for this city. How are we going to make a U-turn? The only way that things can change, get better for the city of Amarillo, we, the people, are going to have to work together. Together, we are going to make a prolific U-turn to excellence. My priorities is safety and security for the city of Amarillo, Texas. Safety and security for this city. That's number one. Amarillo Police Department has been doing pretty good, but we can do better. We need more minorities. We need a more diverse police department with good training, and we do have good training. But we need more people who have an interest in criminal justice, law enforcement, to get on board with Amarillo Police Department. With our response teams, medical, fire department, we're doing pretty good, but it can be better. We need more people to apply for these positions. Education with our youth. Now, when our youth are growing up in society, everyone always seems to thrive on athletes. Athletes is good. To have a child to get a scholarship and go to one of the best colleges throughout the United States and be a part of a professional NFL football team, basketball team, whatever the game is, the athletic is, it's okay. But we have to understand that everybody is not molded to be an athlete. So what I want to do, I want to bring on programs, mentoring programs where the students who are actually going from one grade level to the next to be able to be a part of these mentoring programs where they can be in governed political programs where they can learn politics, where they can learn how to structure and learn how the city is supposed to be ran. There are other avenues for these children other than sports. Now, don't get me wrong. Sports, I love sports. But everybody is not made to be an athlete. So we need other programs for our children to be a part of in other areas that's going to help this city. Just about every child that graduates from high school, they leave high school, they go to college, and they don't want to come back to Amarillo, Texas. Why? Because there's nothing here. There's nothing to do. So what they do, they take their education, their degrees, and they build families in other states and cities instead of coming back to Amarillo, Texas, because there's nothing here for them to embrace. So my concern is the children and the education and the type of education and programs that we can offer them, and so that they can be more structured and have high expectations and be proud to be a citizen in Amarillo, Texas. So what do? We build these type of programs for our children. And what people have to understand is that children are people too. And yes, they might be a child right now, but one day they will grow up to be an adult. And we need to structure and embrace our children and youth more and get them involved in city programs that's going to help the city. Because you don't get younger, you get older. People die off. People retire. They move on. So what does our youth have to look forward to? We don't want them to look forward to leave Amarillo and never come back. We want them to leave, get their education, but along the way, they are also a part of a program that's teaching them how to live a structured life in their own city and get them involved in other governed political type programs so they are not ignorant to what's going on in the city. This is what I'm striving for. We need safety and security in the city. How are we going to grow? How are we going to boom? How are we going to rise? How are we going to grow? We have to bring in new businesses, technology, different type of corporations that's going to allow Amarillo, Texas to thrive. We hear talk about coming to the table and conversating. We can conversate, but what are we going to do? Are we going to stay consistent? Are we going to stay stagnant? These are some of the things that I talked about on Channel 4 News today. But as you know, media will take out different things that they want the public to see to make you look some kind of way. Yes, the people has to be involved. But when people come to city meetings and they concerned about their city and they have issues and concerns about what's going on or what they're have issues with, we have to start listening to these people, taking it to the table, brainstorming, and try our very, very best to make these things come to life in this city. This city is not ran by itself. This city is not only run by the people who work for the city. We are the city. The people are the city. If it wasn't any people here, no citizens, the city wouldn't be a city. So it's very important that the city can be heard. And when we listen and take their concerns back to the table, we need to make sure that we do our very best to get it done. And this is why I'm running for mayor for the city of Amarillo. You don't have to be a politician to know ethics. You don't have to be a politician to know about economics, development. It takes good common sense, good brainstorming, negotiating, sitting down with honest people who love the city and is willing to make a difference. I lead and I strive by example. Just to clear the air, I am who I am. People will try to ridicule you and make you look like something that you're not. And at the end of the day, Tonya Winston, Lady Butterscotch, is not going to allow anyone to put shackles on me. I'm for the city. I'm for the entire city of Amarillo. I'm for the south side. I'm for the north side. I'm for the east side. I'm for the west side. And we all know where there needs to be work at. We know where there needs to be change at. But at the end of the day, I'm for the people, for the city of Amarillo, Texas. I have a passion for this city. I have footprints all over the city of Amarillo growing up here. Amarillo is 189 years old. A 189 years old. It's time to make a difference in the city of Amarillo, Texas. It's time for the people in office to not just talk about it, but to be about it. I, too, was one of those citizens that would go down to Amarillo City Hall and had a voice. Not just me, but so many others. So with that being said, I have a concern for economic development, Amarillo Police Department improving and being the best that it can be. I have a concern about our response teams, paramedics, ambulance, fire department. They're good, but we can be better. I have concern about our veterans. I have concerns about our children, our youth, education. I have concern about the cattlemen, the farming. It was a time where you can go to at least 2-3 places here in the city of Amarillo and you can go get fresh produce. The economy is changing. I need the people who want to see a difference be made. I want to reach to the people who want to see excellence in this city. Across all the entire city of Amarillo. It should be equally opportunity across the whole entire city of Amarillo. I want you all to know that I am God-fearing. I want you to know I only fear God, but man does not fear me. I want you all to know that I am the lion that will roar. I am the rooster that will fight. and be heard. Vote for Tonya Winston. Remember the win in Winston. Some of you know me as Lady Butterscotch. And just to clear the air, that is on my paperwork. So I want you all to know that I'm not playing. I'm serious. Channel 4 News, Channel 10 News, all I can do is get on board. They ask me for an interview. I show up, speak to them as I'm speaking to you all now. Once I make that video with Channel 4 News or any other news station, after that, they can take parts and clips out and present it the way they want to. I put my hat in first. It's going to be a challenge, but that's okay. Challenge is good. But what I will not do, and I'm not worried about it, is that nobody can dictate what's best for Tonya Winston. Because Tonya Winston is for the people here in the city of Amarillo, Texas. So if you want to see a difference and you want to see Amarillo at its best and make a U-turn to excellence, get on board. And I want the people to know that I'm for the people. I'm for the city. This is not about me. This is not about Tonya. This is not about Butterscotch. I am for the people. And I want to see Amarillo, Texas at its best. Together, we are going to make a prolific U-turn to excellence for our city, Amarillo, Texas. If you want to be a part of the campaign, you can reach me at area code 806-910-8757. If you want to contribute for the contributions and donation towards the campaign, you can write this number down to P.O. Box 50171, Amarillo, Texas 79124-2113. My email is Winston for Mayor 2023 Amarillo, Texas at gmail.com. We are going to do a prolific U-turn for excellence together here in the city of Amarillo, Texas. Let it be known that I stepped out on faith and I put my hat in December the 16th to run for the city of mayor. You all have a blessed day. Don't be in last place. Be in first place. And get on Campaign Winston's team.